freedom of it. I was at a little seminar yesterday, and they said that many people don't realize when they say they want freedom, it's probably not freedom because, you know, if you're going to retirement, you're probably bored out of your mind, but you want to be work optional. So you want to work whenever you want to work, but you want to have the freedom of choice. So that's also another thing. That sound good, don't? You work whenever you feel like, right? All right, so I'm getting a go ahead from my tech team. We're good to go. And for the online audience here today, we were asking the question, what does money mean to you? For this gym, we're speaking about marriage, relationship, and money. What does money mean to you? Is it freedom? Is it stability? Is it comfort? A lot of us don't realize that when we say we want financial freedom, you know, probably we just want a little flexibility. We want for work when we want for work, or work on our special hobbies and our projects. It may not be, you know, go off and just not have no work for the way. Always want to find something to do with our hands or something that intrigues us. But, you know, what is money to you in your marriage? Many of us probably have not even asked the question. So today on the gym, you grow your marriage ministry, we will be delving into the topic. Get ready for the hot seat. Everyone is rolling in. I see a few persons rolling in. We want to give a special welcome to everyone on grounds, on location, as well as the persons online. Welcome to the Grow Your Marriage Ministry. Everybody out in them pretty dan. All who not have statement airing. Yes, I'm loving it. Statement airing, and as we were saying earlier, we like the lace details. All who don't have Bridget sandals, you know, dressed up in their button-ups. Everybody is looking beautiful on location. And I know some of you guys are dressed up online as well. So we love to see it. We love to see it. All right. So we're going to start off. Is my tech team ready with my CDMI overview? Here at CDMI, we do a couple of things as well as at the gym. And we just want to give you a little synopsis, a little taste into what it is we do, how we give back, and how we contribute. So I'm going to ask persons just to turn your attention to the television screen on this side. And for your online audience, pay attention to your screens. We're ready to go with the CDMI and gym overview.
Carla Dunbar Ministries International, home of the Carla Dunbar Counseling Care, LTMI, Life Temple Ministries International, the Grow Your Marriage Ministry and Academy, and the Deborah's Courtyard. At CDMI, your entire family is cared for. In the gym, your marriage and relationship sustenance is taken care of with short 3 to 8 week courses offered online weekly. Singles in the gym are better able to embrace, navigate, and enjoy their single status while learning how to transition and to dating, courting, and then marriage, all at affordable cost. Once per month, gym offers a date evening by yourself or with your spouse, free of cost to you. LTMI is our twice weekly family fellowship on the lawn and online. The entire family is welcome on Sundays 9 a.m. and Wednesdays 7 p.m. via Zoom. The Deborah's Courtyard is every first Saturday for ladies raising up Deborahs in our world. The counseling care is also transnational with clients amongst the diaspora. CDMI spells families, faithfully advancing marriages, integrating lives, and encouraging service. We foster families, build housing, provide small business starters, and assist with other basic family needs, groceries, medication, and education. All this with the kind support of partners and sponsors like you. We make life better for families in need through our 4 annual staple events: Love Gives, February; Family Prayer Breakfast, April; and the Sweet Escape Family Getaway in October. Partner with us by giving monthly, quarterly or annually, and help us fulfill our mantra of rebuilding Jamaica and our world, one marriage at a time.
All right, that was our overview for CDMI. You know, sister, we do a bag of things. Some of it free, some of it is an investment because, you know, we don't say there's a cost to it because everything we do is in benefit. It is a charitable venture to help families and individuals that we see that need the impact, need the touch, need the support. All right, so before we go into it, I hope you felt welcome from, you know, the first welcome that I do. I'm not going to do over another welcome, but I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome on the grounds. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for making it the gym a cool little oasis, a getaway from the hustle and bustle of town, you know, a little change of environment. I was glad to say, you know, for on a date night, we could have been privileged to share the time and experience with you, right? So before I go further, I need to thank the sponsors because without sponsors, you know, all of this wouldn't be possible. So the people who come on board to make, you know, the little refreshments and all of those lovely things that you get possible. CB Foods, Printed 876, Adver Brand Services, Emerge Multimedia Limited, The Best Dressed Chicken, and who could forget Carla Dunbar Ministries. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our sponsors. Without you, this could not be possible. So we thank you for your continued efforts in partnering with us for these and other ventures. Also, when you enter the grounds, I should say, you may have received a slip of paper. You know, everybody got a slip of paper. Everybody answered the question. So the question was asked, what was your most affordable date and what did you do? I hope I got that right, right? Right? Kind of right? What was the most inexpensive date and what was the most inexpensive and romantic? You see, them pay attention, them remember the question, I like it. What was your most inexpensive and romantic date, right? And you know, for some persons, you would have put a little extra detail for going into it, right? So I hope everybody had a chance to, you know, submit their answers, and I know we may share a few. For me, I'm going to share mine. So when me and my husband, which was at the time my boyfriend, back in the days, as, you know, we've been together from we down here, so, right. So we came up with a date idea, never have no money, but you know, we'd have to get creative. So we go up on top of the rooftop. For all of them who have slab roof, you know, this is an idea. So we never have no money, but we did have one like a sparkling wine, and we did have some cake. So we just take two of the little, you know, plastic glass looking something, champagne flute, and we take the sparkling wine and one towel and we spread it up on the rooftop. Spread it up on the rooftop, pick two flowers and sprinkle it on top of it. Cut the cake, yeah, and we'll go up there and I did that. Yeah, romantic. Somebody say romantic. Romantic. I wish I could have do it like fancy car. Romantic. Yeah. So that was my most inexpensive and romantic date. So with all things, we need to start off with prayer. So we're going to call Mr. Travis Moshette to come up and, you know, bless up the place, open off in prayer, because in all things, we need to invite God's presence. All right? So, Mr. Moshette, ready to go? 1, 2, 1, 2. You can.
It worked now. Oh, so good afternoon into evening, everybody. I am representing the Moshettes.
The Moshettes. I can't forget about your assets.
Right, my asset who is supposed to be on her way, but she's taking care of the family. So we're opening prayer. That's you have to remind me, Damali.
Yes, that is your job for today. Opening prayer.
I don't have a podium, you know.
No, just
how you feel? You don't feel weird, like, you know.
No, because the crowd that engage me and it feel nice enough when I ask a question, them answer. Yeah, so it not feel so, you know.
Yeah, because it me feel weird when I have no podium.
Oh, too bad for you.
Well,
boost him up, little.
It's fine. Let us pray. Father, we give you thanks for this evening, a beautiful evening indeed. Yes, you heard that the gym was happening, so yes, we laid out the plans to you, and you said, you are going to prosper them now. I'm going to make sure the evening is cool. I'm going to ensure that the air is light, and I'm going to ensure that everybody is here, smell good, fresh, and enjoying themselves. We thank you, Lord, for hearing our prayers. We thank you for creating such a beautiful atmosphere. We thank you for creating such a ministry. And as, yes, we're here to enjoy ourselves, we thank you that ministry in itself shall be easy this evening, as we shall learn and earn from the investment that we have put in terms of time to be here this evening. We thank you for blessing every item and every activity that should come after my voice, including and especially our very own Bishop, Dr. Carla Dunbar. Thank you for blessing us this evening. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for those words of prayer. So at this time, we have our Love Ball activity, and we have here a full house. So I don't know how much of them they will be able to utilize. I'm going to give them a few minutes because I think we have 2, 3, 4 more persons engaging in the Love Ball activity. Right? So we're giving them a few minutes. We're giving them a few minutes to do that. But I have a question to ask, right? Because we're dealing with love and marriage. I mean, not really love and marriage, you know, but that included. But we're dealing with marriage, relationship, and finances today. So I want to know, I have a question. Who is the one who manages the finances better? Hubby or wifey? Or it's just whosoever you think is the better one at the money. Because I want to story. I want to story. All right. So for my husband and I don't know if this goes for everybody else, but you know, we have some things where him manage money better at, and some things where me manage money better at, right? So like I can't send him go supermarket with the same amount of money where me would have go supermarket, because hey, with a feed pan, Guinness punch and okra punch a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm sure say supplement I come home. I'm sure say one dragon I come home. I'm sure say probably oats milk I will come home, and what else? Some oats. Cause I'm not left out the okra punch ingredients, you know, and probably one bread. But I don't know about the meat and the rice and probably the little browning and them something there. And then when him come home, I say, babes, you know, I go supermarket and I 3 little things was scanning and it reached $9,000 already. And I'm going to say, because you know, can't say, that's why I should have go, you know, don't do that. Allow the man to get into the habit of contributing. But next time I would say, okay, I go and I get groceries and I say, okay, babe, this week, you know, I get woolly for things and it look like say things look a bit more affordable. Or, you know, I get a deal. I'm show him the receipt so I have an idea next time what the things them you can buy for the $11,000. Enough to know if into man without say the thing, man. When I feel int, because you can't tell them exactly what to do, you know, but I feel int. Yeah. So you have to find creative ways of translating the information, how it is that it needs to be translated in a way that them can digest it. Right? And the same for husbands too, because, you know, sometimes you can't say certain things to a woman, you know. Don't tell a woman that she can't shop. Don't do it. In her blood, she feels she's the one who's supposed to do it, you know. You can just hint in a not so aggressive way. Yes. Find a way that works for your spouse, because, you know, and every way works for everybody, you know. So, you know, in your partner, find creative ways to translate the information in a way where, you know, them digest it easy, right? All right. So I think my team is ready with the Love Ball activity. Team, Love Ball activity team, we are ready for you. And I think everybody remember the question, you know. Yeah. Yeah. So now we have the mirror heads coming up. All right. Take it away.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the gym, where your marriage and relationship gets fit and stays fit. Amen. My name is Paula.
And my name is Michael.
And we are the Muirheads. And we are here to lead you in today's first activity, the Love Bowl. All right. So as we enter the property, you were told the tip question, right? The theme question, and it said, what is the most romantic yet inexpensive date you have been on? So by now, I guess you wrote the paper and you fill your thing in and it was folded up and hidden, all right? And so because of time, we won't be able to take everybody, but we'll take as much as we can and we'll hear and we'll see what that was for you. And I'll ask you to just emphasize a bit, right? I'm not sure the paper is small, so much info not on it. And so you'll have to emphasize a bit and give us some information so we can enjoy and learn from your experiences. Amen? All right. And so my able husband here will assist with the ball and hand him with the papers. And I'm the talker this evening. Bless God. I'm told by our wonderful to stay in place and you'll come to me for a change. Last time we went around, but today you're going to work out physically as well and you'll come to us. All right. So the first slip of paper I have, it says, I had a spot on hill. I hear someone laughing already. If you know, I had a spot on a hill that overlooked most of Kingston. Lights from the city, clear, open, shines with stars, good music CD, ice cream, and good, is that typical, lyrical conversation. Can the owner of this poetic piece of document come forward? And that is one of our couples, Lord God, woo! One of our couples leader,
Lyricist,
Sir Kipling. I saw you stay. Please elaborate.
Well, growing up as a child.
The first lady.
No, this is a setup, you know. This is a setup. Well, growing up as a child, you always hear that ladies like views of places. And they had a place up by, I guess, Cherry Gardens on the top of a hill. Where before, they have construction now. They have construction now, so it's no longer there. But it was a place since I was young, that they use a bulldozer and level the top. So when you drive up there, people from all over used to park up on top of the hill. And you have a clear view of almost the entire city. So, back then you had cassettes. So you bring some good music, and then before you go up there, you make sure you buy ice cream and stuff, because at least when you go up there 9-10 o'clock in the night, you can park up and look at the scenery and talk and listen to music. So it was the most inexpensive date, but at the same time it still had a great impact.
Put your hands together for Sir Kipling. Lady Pasha, see she dancing there? Yes, man. So he hit the spot with that date. And look here, it was inexpensive yet impactful. Amen? It stood out. Who is coming next? Thank you, Sir Michael. All right, all right. No, this one says, picnic on the rooftop with sparkling wine and sweets. Who's the author? Picnic on the rooftop. Really? Oh, the teams are strong this evening. No, man, shuffle the ball. Yes, I want to pick some. Right, thank you for that. You're so nice. You're so kind. Yes, man. Few words, but I imagine magical. Dinner plus movie, or dinner and movie at home. Who is the author? Dinner and movie at home. Written in pencil. You know yourself, you know. Please raise your hand. Dinner and movie at home. Is it the Blairs? I'm seeing a hand. I'm seeing a hand pointing. Wow. Please come. Yes, man, you lovely couple. Please come and elaborate. We're coming for learn, you know. Yes, man, share the knowledge with us.
It's not even my paper. It's her paper. Yeah. Well, I think. Oh, Kevin Blair, Juliet Itriago Blair, and I guess we are the Blairs. Well, I think we had the same thing on paper still. But I think that's one of the most inexpensive dates you can have. You know what I mean? You're at home, everything is already bought. There's always wine at home. There's always maybe some ice cream. Yeah, and good movies. So say something now.
Everything he says.
They don't want to share the highlights, you know. But thank you so much, the Blairs, for sharing. So we learned that at home we can have a romantic time. At home, yes. Rooftop and thing, if we have it. All right. This is a short one too. When you hear your lyrics, you raise your hand, please. A trippy. Trip to the beach / movie. Who is that? Are you? So for those coming in, we are talking about the most romantic yet inexpensive date you have ever been on. And this person wrote, a trip to the beach / movie. All right, to the brave gentleman here. A brave man, yes, wonderful. Give us a highlight, sir.
I'm Jermaine. The experience was like this. It was a gamble. Should we go to the movies or a trip to the beach? Because I live close to the ocean because I'm from the North Coast. Boscobel sent me here, that is. So I won the toss, saying that let's go to the beach because my pocket empty, so what's best to do? So we just decided have something to drink, nothing too heavy, some fruits, had a blanket, and just spread it out on the sun, and we just watched the ocean come to shore. So and we just discussed like what the future will hold and what our plans were. So that was like a huge experience for me. And she was much more older, and she was surprised seeing me do that. So, I won, as I said before. So that was the experience.
Congratulations, Sir Jermaine. And lady around there turning her face away from me, could you please give us a wave? Yes, put your hands together for them. Congratulations. So it's a beach setting. Blanket and thing, wine. Wow, the ambience, nature's best, all right? Inexpensive yet romantic. All right, so the men are talking. You realize how many men come up here already? The men are talking. Yeah, man. Pardon? Seriously, ladies? They are saying it's the men alone plan dates. Really? No, man. I am the planner in my marriage, don't it, honey? Am I not the planner? Tomorrow we are celebrating 23 years of marriage. At the getaway, who plan it?
You?
Thank you very much. All right. All right. So the next person, the author, the scribe, says, a night at the Hot Hips cabin at Hollywell. Boy. We did a moonlight champagne picnic. Woo! Deacon Welsh wife. Come, lay Minister Welsh.
Hi, everyone. Let me see the paper. I'm me. Good evening. I am Kenisha Welsh. # Welsh life. So, when they said affordable or inexpensive, I think the word was used. I was like, inexpensive kind of relative, because this was an inexpensive trip to me. You know, I knew how much we love Hollywell, and there's a cabin there called the Hot Lips Cabin, and it has an amazing view of the whole of Kingston. We tried to be as warm as we could, but nothing prepares you for the cold up there, so. And it was good. We carried corned beef to make sandwich. By the time we done make the corned beef freeze. It was so, you know, but we did enjoy the whole day there. And then in the night, I brought out a blanket, because we have a fireplace on the inside, you know. And we got wine and, what I think the name again? The charcuterie box, that's it name. Yes, the same box well, like something that night. Right, and we enjoyed ourselves.
We did.
Okay. From the Welshes.
Put your hands together. Thank you, Madam and Sir Welch. So this fell out. I'm going to go with it. Thank you, Sir Michael. All right. And so this one is our final one. Yes. Romantic dinner and then movies. Who is the author? Romantic dinner and then movies. Look, you must know, you know. You know the date you went on and you know what you wrote. Please raise your hand. Romantic dinner and then the movies. Don't hide, don't be shy. We're learning here. Want to hear from you so we can borrow your experience, borrow from your experience. Amen? So who wrote this romantic note? Dinner and movies. Really? Lady Melody, assist me here. Earlier when Lady Pasha helped out, weren't you peeking? Yes. Right in that badge. Romantic dinner. Let me watch the eyes. And then the movies. All right. So all right. You don't want to play this evening? All right then. Make a move on quickly. One more. Please identify yourself this time. Ice cream and meaningful. All right, I get catch. Come up here, please. You lovely couple in the middle. Ice cream and meaningful conversation. Come and tell us about it. Give us a highlight. Give us your name, of course.
Oh, I'm Ryan. Oh, and this is Shade. So, I knew that some way, somehow, that would have been called out. So from I started to speak, I just stepped up because I know that what I wrote. So typically, you know, as young people, and if you're actually thinking about the future and something very sustainable, then of course one of your less expensive dates would be actually ice cream, and you might be having deep conversations thinking about the future, to put in place, and how to take it to the next stage. So I have a different occasion, different experience. Never know at home, but it said that not an expensive date, but romantic as well. And of course, deep conversations are always romantic. I spoke for both of us. When her card plays, she can speak.
Well, we stop right here.
Let me share mine. Hi, everyone. I'm Shade. So mine, since this is the last pick, I chose movie nights at home. Yeah, and that would constitute some conversation as well. So it goes hand in hand. Yeah.
Wonderful. Put your hands together and clap these awesome couples. And I hope that would have learned something, get some ideas for later on. Amen. Thank you for participating. It was great. God bless you.
Thank you so much. That was our Love Bowl activity. And I love all of those lovely ideas. So, say, I can itch in a little Devon house and deep conversations. Hey, one show need for name, say, Ice cream and deep conversations. That would sound like a nice show or a podcast. Right. So right now, coming up, we have our Something Marriage comedy series. And for our online audience, we'll be doing a recap. But just before we go into that, I want to let everyone on the grounds know that we have refreshments. You can go and get refreshments anytime. We have iced tea as well as water available, and the kebabs are coming out shortly. So at any point where you feel parched or like a peckish, you can go and run and get some refreshments and come back, right? All right. So we have our Something Marriage comedy being loaded for the persons on the grounds. Turn your attention to the TV. We're going to have a belly full of laughter right now. And for our online audience, you'll be watching the recap online of one of our Love Online. Good to go, and we're ready.
All right, so we're talking about making space for us in you. Meaning we are a couple together, we are a unit together. You are still an individual, you still need to take time for self, right? But where do we come in? You know, what priority is given to we, right? And ensuring that things like your career, your job, the children, your individual pursuits do not take priority over your partner in the relationship. Yeah? Yeah? That you're ensuring that those things are not taking priority in relationship. Because there tends to be that happening sometimes where, you know, my job, I'm so busy, you know, I'm so busy that I can't give time to my partner in the relationship. But everybody enters into a relationship to be first. Nobody enters into a relationship to play second fiddle to anybody, right? Not to your children, not to your poodle and your pit bull. So, yeah, it's important to do that because nobody wants to be second. You understand? We must make each other a priority in our relationship. Right? Because if you're in a relationship and you're feeling like, boy, it's not the most important thing, then you're naturally not going to want to feel like you're an important part of this relationship. Or you're not going to want to put in your best and to give your 100% in the relationship. Right? So, yeah. What are some of the ways that we can ensure that our spouse feels like first place in the relationship? So, for me and my husband, yes. When I'm thinking about anything, I think him first. Right? Yes. Because he's my priority. No, it doesn't mean that I don't love my children. And when my children are smaller and they were living with us, they no longer live with us, right? Because they're now married and have their own people and their own life. But he had his time. Right? I ensure that the kids are taken care of. But that they don't intrude on our time because our time is important, right? So join us, right? So you have to ensure that your partner feels important in the relationship. So you don't give your children all of the time and your partner not getting the time. Or my studies, when I was studying, I had to move my husband and my family onto the campus, right? When I was doing my first degree. Move them onto the campus. Why? Because at one point my husband said to me, is him right and I'm company? You know what that means, right? Yeah. You make sure you consider him in every decision and how it will affect him as well, right? Right, Carla? Yeah. So what I had to do when he told me that his right hand was now, had replaced me in his life, he didn't feel like number one anymore. I had to make a drastic decision. So I had to move him on to ensure that he knows that it is not my degree that was first place in my life. It was him that is first place in my life. And when I moved him on the campus as well, even though I was attending classes and I was very busy being president of the student council and all of those other things, when I get my timetable, so for those of you who are studying and you have a partner, when I get my timetable, I retype my timetable and I put in Nalo time. That's the affectionate name for my husband. I put in Nalo time on it. So one day out of every week was going to be his night. And listen,
Never matter if me get F on the paper. You understand? I was ensuring that he feels special. And guess what happened out of that? He helped me with some of my presentation and the projects that I needed to do because he didn't feel like he was competing with my career. You have to make sure your spouse not feeling like they are competing with your career and your job and the children and your mother and your father and your sister and your brother, right? Because you married to be first with each other. You understand? And so I ensured that that was happening. I ensured that in each week there's a night that is designated for him, right? That was exclusively his, right? And that I spent the quality time, not just being in the same space, but ensure that we are interacting and connecting in that space so he feels a part of my life. He feels a part of whatever was going on with me. He was taking the degree with me. That's how I made it, that he felt like he was taking the degree with me. So you can't marry somebody and then you set them aside and you're doing your own thing and you expect that they're going to feel like they're one with you when you're not making them feel like they're one with you. So you have to prioritize them. You understand? Sometimes I'm busy with so many things, but I have to ensure that I pay attention, you know, to my husband, even like now, right? Yeah, we are both ministers in the same denomination. We're on fasting right now together, right? And for the first week of the fasting, which ended on last night for me, on Monday night, for me, the first week of the fasting, I was giving myself solely to God. Thanks. I was giving myself solely to God to say, all right, we're not going to engage into sexual interaction and so you know, where I'm abstaining, I'm giving myself to God for that week. But guess what? I considered him in this. I am on a 21-day fast. And yes, we could discuss and agree that for 21 days I'm going to abstain from sexual interactions. But I know how important it is to him. So Sharice, how you doing? Yeah? Adido, how you doing? And Easy and Desi. Right. So I ensured that I said, all right, I'm going to do this for 7 days. We discuss it. And even though it's hard for him, because I'm still sleeping beside him, and you know, girl look good and all of that, right? Yeah. And so I know that, yeah, he will be aroused. But we made a decision. I said 7 days. And after the 7 days, I will say, boy, babes, you know, say, but I still feel like, say, me need to press in man pan God little more. No? So you can't give me a little bit more time? Wrong, we can't do that. We, Kenisha dead in. Yes, Kenisha. Of course, that's true. Yeah, me I come true. Yeah, so yeah, when Monday come, Monday done. Me not gonna say, but Monday is the 7th day of the fasting. So I think it's on Tuesday that we need to do it. No, Monday come and done. By the Hebrew calendar, Monday done 6 o'clock. Right? So, me have to deliver. Yeah, I have to deliver. I make him priority. Look here, don't let me laugh. I am the cool ruler. How you do? Yeah, yes. So I make sure say Monday night me fix up and me deliver. Not that there's much fixing up to do. Cause again, me say girl look good, right? But Monday me deliver, right? Me can't bother. Me can't go and go say, boy, me feel like me need to press in a little more unto God. So me I go give up a little bit. You know, me have to go spend a little more time. No, the man is waiting because I said we agreed on 7 days. Right? So all of you Christian wives out there, when I put off your husband for 21 days or 40 days for your fasting, remember that he has a need. You understand? And that need has to be met. And I said the same thing to the husbands. Yeah. If it's not fasting for you and it is your work, because men tend to be workaholics and you will work to the detriment of your spouses needing affection and those kind of a thing. Ensure that they feel like priority. So you give your work time, but when it's time to spend quality time with your spouse, your wife, give them quality time. If it is movie night, you did plan, make sure it's a movie night happen. If it is a date night, you plan, make sure it's a date night happen. If it's just a little cuddle night that you did plan, ensure that it happen. You have to keep in mind that there will always be things that is vying for your attention and your affection, but nothing must supersede your spouse. Nothing. Yeah, me I tell the things, man. Nothing must supersede The spouse, you understand? Your spouse entered into this relationship to be number one. They entered into the relationship to be number one. Though you want your space time, you want your privacy time, because I believe that couples must have privacy, you know. Right? So you want those time. I believe that you must have some space, because sometimes you want to do a little thing by yourself. You're still an individual. Right? But your spouse must never feel like they're playing second fiddle to anything or anyone. They must be first. Yeah? We must be first. Right? We're not second. So what you need to do, if it not happen, is discuss something. Discuss some times when you can make this time solely for you, when we can take the time from the business and focus on each other.
Some people laugh and couldn't even hold back the tears coming. So that was our Something Marriage Comedy Series. And for the persons who are online, they would have saw a recap of our Love Online feature. So that is that. Once more, we want to thank our sponsors for making today possible, the Grow Your Marriage Ministry. We want to thank them for contributing to these efforts and making today and every other day possible. Hi. All right. So CB Foods, Printed 876, Adver Brand Services, Emerge Multimedia Limited, The Best Dressed Chicken, and Carla Dunbar Ministries. Thank you for partnering with us to make the gym possible. And if you had seen our CDMI and gym overview earlier, you would have heard me say, you know, we have some things that are free and some things that we ask for a little investment towards, because we are a charitable organization and we're all about giving back to marriage and families. So our Lives venture is coming up on February the 12th, right? All Love Gives? All right. For God so loved the world that he gave, and so we follow in that example. So for the season of love, we give back to a family. We give back to a couple. And this is what we do every year at CDMI. So we have tickets available for sale. You're going to see a little bit of the overview of the family that we're giving back to this year, right? You're going to see an overview of that coming a little bit later down in the program. We're going to ask that you turn your attention to the monitor once more, right? But the investment, because remember once more, this is not at a cost. This is an investment. An investment into making someone else's life better, because we need to learn how to pay it forward. Somebody say pay it forward. All right. So, you know, once you're a gymite, you know that, you know, we always pay forward, because we get, but we also need to learn to give. Right. Because we love double portion, not at least me. I don't know about nobody else, but me love double and triple portion. You too. All right. So we love to get, so we have to learn to give as well. So the investment to help the family is $10,000 per ticket per person. This is an entertainment, food, and drink plus wine inclusive event. Let me say that again. This is an entertainment, food, drink, and wine inclusive event, right? And dessert, but we say food, you know, so I think, you know, them would have the dessert and deep conversation included in it, right? Right, all right. So it is all of that wrapped up into the package, and then plus you're helping towards giving back to a family, right? So how could it be much more better than that, right? So you get something, but you also get to give something in return, right? So we have card machines at the table, right? And if it is that you also have cash or you want to do a transfer, we have that information as well for all the persons interested in the Love Gives Showcase on February the 12th, right? So going back to the program, we have the hot seat, right? And that comes up, that is being led by the Finleys. Finleys, them a warm up, you know. So we have the hot seat. The hot seat panel discussion, and the question today is, who is better at handling marriage finances? And we talked about that earlier on, you know, right? So we're going to get into a panel discussion now. Finleys, are you ready? Online audience,
Yes.
are you ready? All right, I see one coming from the left, one coming from the right. All right. We're ready to go.
My dead.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. How you doing today? For a minute, I thought we were being sabotaged by the tech team, you know, but because
By himself. Good evening, everyone. Okay, my name is Pasha Finley, and this is my better half.
yes, as you can see, the better half.
My better half, right? No modesty there. However, it's not about us. So there's some persons here. You know, this is a hot seat where we're going to be talking about burning issues.
Really burning issues.
And
see?
as you can see, we
Color,
have some very nice
hot seats.
red ottomans. So we're going to be calling some persons. We've been watching, and we're going to be calling some persons to participate, right? Now, Bishop would have already indicated yes. So I'm going to ask Mr. and Mrs. Gregory. They're matching the ottoman, you know. So I thought they had some preempt to come, looking very dashing. So Mr. and Mrs. Gregory, if you could just come and join me, please.
You see, I see that these couple look like they're on fire.
Yes. They're fit for the hot seat. And then the next couple,
I
we're
would
going
ask
to
that
be
you don't
asked,
burn the house down.
right? So the couples are going to be sharing their mic. All right, thank you very much. Now, the next couple will be the Welshes. Hello, yes. Woo! Welsh life. Right, so I'm just going to invite you to have a seat for me. Thank you. Oh, wow.
And based on what the Welsh said earlier, you know, money is relative.
So, all right, excellent. Now, yeah, okay, that's fine. I can live with it. All right, so I'm going to hand over my mic to you.
Thank
All right.
you.
You're going to share with me. Okay, now you heard the topic, right? Who is better at handling the marital finances?
My wife is better at that.
Yeah, your wife is better?
Is this a rehearsed thing? While walking up, you whisper to him. All right, okay, all right. Again, hold on. Can you look in her face and say that for me one more time? I want to see the reaction that, and I'm sure the audience out there would like to see it. So, could you say it again, please?
My wife is better at handling the finances in the home.
Oh, in the home.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You see that little.
All right. So who is better?
When you say handling the finances, you mean in terms of shopping or in terms of saving?
You clarify for me. Saving, shopping, clarify. At which one?
Shopping.
Or both?
Shopping.
Shopping, saving, everything?
Saving, I'll do the saving, but she's doing
Okay, because
Teamwork. Imagine that. What went wrong over here?
listen, nothing went wrong over there. What? Because I can verify for myself that it is not. I'm neither good at shopping nor saving. Me impulsively, I'm good at spending. No. When I say spending, I don't mean nothing sensible. I leave to go for rice and corned beef, and I come back with all sorts of things. Everything else. So, but really speaking now, how do you manage? Is it then that how the money work out then?
All right. Let me just say that he also plays his part because while I'm better at planning, and planning help you to be better in other areas, I'm better at planning and budgeting and stuff like that. But he also helps ensure in ensuring that I'm held accountable to whatever the plan is, because making a plan, you know, anybody can make a plan, but it's in the execution of it. And so he also plays his part in ensuring that I'm held accountable. And we're talking about whether it's going to be groceries or anything, and because we plan ahead for vacations or trips and stuff like that. And so we'll always discuss what the figure is, where we're going, what we're gonna do, and he does his part too.
We're ready for the master class.
I second that.
You second that?
That's her party, so to speak.
Okay.
She handles all of that. Planning of vacation and all that. She does that. Very well at that too.
We're not going good.
In your defense, I would say it's a team effort.
He looked in my eyes when he said it.
Yes, I did.
He
Yes.
look in my eyes when he said it? I was
All right, let me do it again.
yes, I want to ensure.
In your defense, it is a team effort.
Okay. All right.
Well, I can say that finances in a relationship is really a team effort, because I've left the house to pick up bread. And I walked in the supermarket with the intention to pick up bread. I come home with everything except the bread. And when I reach home and asked, "Where's the bread?" I was like, the bread. I'll be back. So it's a teamwork, and I've said to my wife in the earlier days that I don't really like. Well, it's mostly me go to the supermarket, but I don't like going to supermarket because when I go supermarket, you go, just for example, you go with the intention to spend $5,000, and you spend 15, you know, and she go with the intention to spend 10, and she spend all 20.
So how do you manage that, for example? What are some of the things that you do in terms of those financial faux pas? How do you manage that?
The truth is, I think I love sending Anthony to the supermarket, because if you tell Anthony juice and bread, is juice and bread coming back. The only thing is that it might add once. The truth is, yeah, it's true.
My role model.
He might add a small cheers or chocolate simply because he knows I love something sweet.
Aww,
but that's it,
sweet.
and I appreciate that.
I'm so proud of myself.
Tell us.
You are my role model. That's all I have to say.
It's a team effort.
Well, for us, Mr. Gregory ensures that what is to go to the savings account, that's secure first. Then for me, I ensure the bills are paid. Then everything else, we work it out in the sense of the house, the children, and so forth.
Okay, that's nice.
What's that look? What's that look?
No, I'm having revelations. Not to worry, it's a very good revelation. No, so with that in mind, you know, how do you do it? Because when I was doing some research, you know, some persons have joint accounts, some persons still have their separate account and not join up. Some persons have a combination where they have joint and separate accounts. How do you navigate that aspect of it? Do you just have joint accounts? What is your, or may I get too personal? No, but see, it's not personal.
So we don't have joint accounts, but we have access to each other accounts, you know, and we have credit cards together. So we just plan it out. That's it.
I guess you would call that a combination, because if you have access to each other's
We have
accounts
access to
where
each
you
other's
use
accounts.
each other's money, it's a
It's
joint
our money,
account.
you know, my mother taught me well, what is his is mine, and what is mine is still mine.
Sir Welsh, is it the same for you?
I don't think unnecessary fights.
Role model. You're a true role model.
Well, for us, we have personal accounts as well as joint accounts. So I more know what's happening in his account more than.
Oh, so it is seriously what is, how it go? What is my? What is his
is
mine.
ours. What is mine is mine.
No. Oh, so what is his is ours. Oh, okay. So I got it wrong, because I heard what is his is mine and what is mine is mine. But all right, so I understand. So what is the hours? Oh, okay. All right. So it's not the time.
No, it's not the time.
All right.
Although we should have asked. Is that the time we're talking about?
No.
Hours.
Yeah, shared. No. Oh, you are. Come on, man. No. So that is how it breaks down. So for us, we do something a little bit similar. Well, not really, no.
For us, what we do, to be honest, is that in regards to the bills, I handle most of the bills. So as the pay come, the first thing sort out bills. No matter what issue we have, no matter what we have to pay, do other things on the side, is the bills. Because at the end of the day, light can't go away, water can't go, and they can't kick you out. You can always starve, but we can work around that part. But they're not going to kick me out, and they're not going to come home to no darkness and say what happened. All of that is taken care of, right? So all of that is taken care of. In terms of the basic needs when you go supermarket, it would be me again, because if I go, I pick the basics. I don't get fancy. I'm the type of person that who go in the supermarket and they have a sale right beside me. I don't notice the sale. I walk past because I'm interested in other stuff, what I know about and what I know I need. So I go and I pick up that. I will leave things, but I might overlook. But in terms of, for me, trying something new with any sale, that's not me. But if I walk to the supermarket with her, no, she don't miss no sale. Probably even wink, that she stop. Wait. They wink at me. Let's go.
It is not a situation that I'm trying to be, I see it cheaper. Let's try it. It's cheaper. I could try it. I want to try it just in case it tastes good.
The belly full, not when the belly empty.
So we get nice things from it. You guys don't try the sales or anything like that? All the time. Because I don't think it's being, but in terms of managing the money, for me, I think he does a better job. I think I told Bishop that when she was doing our counseling sessions. It's not me. It's not me going to save no money. Never. But do we have anything from the persons online? People online asking us anything? Not at all. Apparently they're just enjoying and laughing like us. All right. We haven't.
But all right. Well, I guess in many relationships, I would say it depends on the stage you are in your relationship, because research has shown that between the age of 19 and 34, the women spend heavier than men. Hold on. Yes, but it's not yesterday we know each other.
Yes.
We know each other for many years, so I know you from you're very young. I don't say how young, but you're very young. Very, very, very young. And I know after a certain age, the men tend to increase in their spending habits for more practical stuff, more cost-effective stuff. Well, you enjoy the fast driving sometime, right? That's what we use and catch you,
So, in regards to, let us see. All right, because I want to know, because you say you plan, but you hold, you accountable. How that work? Because I want to see how I can make him quasi hold me accountable. I'm going to tweak it because my own kind of different.
For me, and you see, men using tact, very important to So, like, let's just say we go to the supermarket, in the same scenario where there's a sale. If it is that me get bouncy about the sale, because me like, you know, go see that deal here again, is a deal you want, but unnecessary something with that regularly buy, so I like, I go miss out, but not if I miss a deal. He will be very gentle in talking me out of it. Just reasoning in good sense. But Kanisha, we not really buy this, and so we not miss out on nothing. There's so him that help me accountable because other than that, it gone I can't me a taste and buy. You understand? So him help me there. Him balance it out very nice. Because if he come rough with it, me know what's stubborn, I go still try I can't. But because him come and use love, me listen.
We need a different advice. That one not going to work. I hear it and I appreciate it and it will work, but
Not for you.
no. Help me.
Well, for accountability, it goes both ways for us. Because if I go to store and I'm going to be the one who is spending, because Leroy just walk with me. He sees something. He's just going to take it up and put it in the cart. Right? And I might have to query it depending. So sometimes, you say, all right, a little indulgence because he don't normally go with me. But on the other hand, if I go and he's the one spending, and I was like, what you think about this? And he's like, you want it? Yeah. All right, get it. So accountability don't really works well with us.
You have the
well, to be fair. No, wait, no. To be fair, accountability goes both ways with us. Because if I want something, I have this thing where I think I need everything. And she'll ask me, are you sure you need it or you want it? So it goes both ways. And then I'll think about it. And if I really don't need it, then...
You're pressured to think about it. Yes. I understand.
Well, we are working together as a team.
No, it's not
We have
pressured.
goals.
It's not pressured. I would love to hear, because from the audience. As the parents? Oh, parents? Where are the parents?
Right in front of
Oh, somebody elected you. Go ahead.
Come on. Don't be shy.
And the Ivies.
Your opinion is important to us,
No.
Compare. Come on.
Just what?
Don't leave her. Go back for her.
No, she wants. Teamwork make the dream work.
Don't leave her.
Come, sweetie. All right. Good night, everyone. All right. So for us, the accountability.
Right,
You have a budget for the splurging. That's for me. So you have it. I think you need to make persons feel comfortable. I just have show and get something nice for you today. Shouldn't have to check it back and so, but yeah, give her a little room for that space.
Right.
But you still have to have the Excel and you have to have a budget. You can't just run away with it,
All right. So how do you apply such accountability?
It stops here.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah. Well, in our case, I manage the expenses.
So all right. Thank you. Anybody else want to share how they take the other partner into accountability?
Ivy views.
Just one more person.
Ivy Views. Who is Ivy
All right,
Views?
sorry.
Oh, wonderful.
Where's wifey?
Just being honest. I'm going to blame you,
For?
Not even blame. Next time, we set the trend. We set the trend where you escort me up that way.
No, I want. Remember, say I'm the better half, as you pointed out.
Yeah, so you escort me.
No, I wanted to make an entrance.
Oh, you wanted me to make an entrance?
No, I wanted to make the entrance.
Oh, Jesus.
How you keep each other accountable in the spending?
Okay, so both of us manage the finances because he's an economist, I'm an accountant. So there's a balance.
Things tight in the house, but.
So there's a balance. I have the spreadsheets for everything, the monthly expenses.
The budget for ice cement.
The amortization for all the loans. Yes. And the forecast here and the inflation.
Based on inflation.
All right, we're taking it too far now.
We're field masterclass-ish.
All right, so my problem though, as a female, we love pretty things. So you want the house pretty and you want the furniture and the latest of everything. So sometimes I cannot control myself. And that's where he comes in.
So hold on, stick up in. You are the accountant?
I'm the accountant.
And you can't control
but,
yourself?
But I love prettiness too, so we have to keep the balance in. I love interior decorating and all of that.
All right, okay,
so,
all right.
We have a struggle. And that's where he comes in. Remind me that, all right, the stove more important. You can leave the sofa until we, you know, you can hear more about your...
Okay, so as she said, both of us manages our finances. So she is more impulsive, but I'm more practical in the sense that at the end of the day, we're going to reach where we need to reach, but no, you need certain things first. So as she said, in terms of like a property or whatever the case may be, she wants to just, she wants everything to be pretty right now. But hey, from me have the bed to sleep on, from me have the bathroom where you can wash up, and from me have this stove, then everything else can come later. So in terms of
I noticed the bed come first.
Yes. Yes. Because from once you have somewhere to lay your head on.
So where you put the stove? Because for her the stove was important, and then for you is the bed.
No, man, she's about the flashiness, so she would want to get the settee
and the curtain and
all those stuff.
throws
but you need
and
somewhere to sleep.
Okay.
Right? So
and accessories.
All of that stuff. So, and even like, for example, we don't have any issues in terms of the overall finances. We don't have any issues with that because, for example, if we're going to the supermarket, as most guys would have said, if I go to the supermarket, I am going for what we discussed that we were going for. And we get miserable in time. Me not like the bag of up and down. We can't manage that. So if we're going to get X, then it's X, I think. So what I do sometimes though is she and her girlfriends can go. I'll stay home. Because they're gonna walk out wherever, and I can't manage the walking and thing. I'm going for something specific, and that's it.
All right. Thank you. Okay, I want to thank you all for participating. Thank you to the Welshes. Welsh life matters, don't it? And thank you to the Gregories. And thank you, our audience.
Thank you all for participating, and I hope it was a pleasure for you. All right.
Have a blessed night.
All right, yeah. You have to ensure that you put up and secure your asset, Where's Cassandra? Oh, Sir Travis asset. Right. Right. So that was the hot seat, and it was hot indeed, Learn about your money, my money, Fiwe money, your money, which is my money, and my money, which is my money. And all the different dynamics made more straightforward when it comes to the money matters because, they're more practical. And, us women as homemakers, we like the fancy things and the pretty. So we learn the different dynamics. But one thing that we observe, the approach is never the same for every single couple. But every single couple makes it work. Isn't that good? Right. That is a good takeaway. I hope everybody realizes that everybody has a different dynamic, but then make it work, and it work good for them, right? And if you never have a dynamic where you think they work, you can adjust and see, learn from what you have been imparted today and try something, and make it, work a little better, right? So, once more, I just want to remind you of our cause committees, and we're going to have the video showing in a few moments. But a part of the showcase is that we'll be having Jody and Pantry, Trinille Robinson, Andre Shepherd. We'll be having male and female fashion show lineup. So, there's a whole heap of things and excitement. And remember that I also told you that this is a food, drink, and wine inclusive event. And you also have the opportunity to invest in making somebody's life better, right? So you're paying it forward. So that is a whole heap of things for your investment, right? So I'm going to ask you to take a moment of your time, online audience and the audience on the grounds. We're going to show you the family that we're, doing this event in donation to go into supporting a building project for this family, as well as we want to give them a startup, because we don't want to just come and go, so we want to give them something to sustain them. So just turn your attention to the screens, and we'll be going over that.
It's a beautiful day to give thanks, and today I am here in Redcap, Barton, St. Catherine, visiting with the family that our ministry, Carla Dunbar Ministries International, is intending to help. I'm Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar, and we seek to help families that are in need. And today, my heart is truly overwhelmed, just seeing the situation, the substandard, inhumane conditions that this family is living in. We are intending to help them with our charity. We are here today. We just brought a little love to give them, to just help to sustain them while we work on the bigger project of providing them with a home and something to sustain them as they go on. And that is going to come with our first charity, Love Gives. Love Gives is a charity showcase. It will be staged on the 12th of February, Sunday the 12th of February, at Temple Palm Gardens in Golden Spring. And it is in aid of providing the family with this home. What I have is the invoices for the startup for the chicken farm. That's another support that we need, because as we say, we're trying to put a home together, but we're also we don't want to create dependence. We want them to be able to, her to be able to help herself and to be able to take care of her children. It's a family of a mother with 2 children, a set of twins, girl and boy, right? Beautiful children. And so we're staging Love Gives on the 12th of February, and we're asking you to support, to partner with us, right? We're seeking cash sponsorship in helping us to realize the vision of a home, right? So whatever it is that you can give, buy the tickets and support Love Gives, so that we can be able to help this family. Tickets are available at Carla Dunbar Ministries International. You can call us at Carla Dunbar Ministries International, 876-782-7646, or hit us up on any of our social media handles at Carla Dunbar Ministries. That's Twitter, Facebook, IG, YouTube. Send us a message. Tell us how you want to partner with us, or write us at Carla Dunbar Ministries at gmail.com. But the little girl says she wants her own room. They want a space that they can be comfortable, so that they no longer have to be fearful of the open environment. So will you partner with me to help them to realize their dream of a home, right? So it's going to be February 12th, Sunday, February 12th, 6 p.m. is the show time. Tickets are now available, right? So call us for tickets. It's $10,000 per person. 4 tickets, a food inclusive event, and it's a live showcase. Jody and Pantry, Andre Shepard, Trinell Robinson. Our MCs are Basilia and Brian Koff. So I'm looking forward to your support. I appeal to you for your support.
All right, so that gives you just a brief synopsis into what this cause is going towards. And I don't know about you, but I know about me. But even the slightest inconvenience to my very convenient situation gets me a bit stirred. So you can imagine sleeping and water wetting you. You can imagine having to cook and you have to cook outside. You can imagine having to relieve yourself and you have to outside, whatever hour of the day it is. So this is just a small token. And I always see this thing online, even if it is that you cannot give, how can you support a friend? Share it with someone else. Whatever you have to give or donate, you can give or donate. Whoever it is that you may know who may be willing to give or donate as well, you can call upon that person. Share. Donate if you can. Buy a ticket towards the cause if you can. If you have anything small or large, it doesn't even have to be big. Everything adds up. One cocoa, full basket. So even though you think it may be small in our eyes and to them as well, it is something big. Because when you are without, anything counts towards something. All right, so once more, the investment, and this is an investment, is $10,000 per person, and we're giving back something to you, even though this is a part of a venture to give back to somebody else, right? We're trying to give as much as we can to you while giving back. So tickets are available at the table. You can pay with cash, card, or you can do a transfer. But I'm just appealing to you, even if you donate, share in some way towards the cause, because this goes towards someone who needs our help. So we're just to support. All right, so now we have the marriage maintenance, the M&M, which is the sweet, the top up for the evening, right? You know, like M&Ms, right? Sweet, chocolate scented, peanut namiga for some of them. Yeah, nice. Right, so this is the dessert for the evening. So everything was appetizer and dinner. This is dessert, right? So we have our lovely Bishop Carla Dunbar. Right? Let me go again. Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar. I can't call all of the accolades behind our name. CEO, Wallip, JP, all of them something there, international and national recognition. Go White House, come back. All sort of something. Going to Israel and Dubai, missionary work. Wallip or something. Yeah, join on the journey, man, towards enhancing marriage and family, man. Yeah, so we have our M&M coming up. Thank you. We have our M&M coming up, and it's Enjoying Marital Harmony. And that's H-A-R, money. Like M-O-N-E, my money, ha-ha. Yeah, but that's the topic for today. So sit back, relax, I'm gone. Bishop, this is your turn.
Oh my God, good evening. Oh, nice to see. Look here, the Marley is made for this thing, you know. I am telling you, your husband must be watching and dying with laughter. That's my daughter-in-law. Well, I said daughter, because I don't really have an in-law, you know. You saw my son and my daughter earlier, the Welshes. You know, so them come from good stock, right? You see it, right? Okay, the other half of the stock building is around the side here. Because my husband is not feeling very, very well. And then the Marley, my son's wife, right? And all the wonderful people that are here this evening. It's good to be here. The discussions were good. You know, earlier on I sent out a poll, and I received back some of the responses, but I think I want to hear a few male responses. Yes, I want a few male responses. Who can grab a mic and give me a few male responses to the question? I heard Lady Damarley asking the question earlier, what does money mean to you? And I had 4 things as possible answers: security, power, stability, and financial freedom. I heard some of the responses, but I want some male responses. What does money mean to you? Security, power, stability, or financial freedom? Let's see if we can get that from some of you. Yes, what does it mean to you, sir?
Choice.
Oh, that might not work.
Choice.
The choices again: security, power, stability, and financial freedom. He's thinking.
Go again. Because
right. You see, that's a man. Power, stability, and financial freedom.
So I have to choose one.
One of those.
Go again.
Security. No, I don't feel no way. Security, power, stability, and financial freedom.
Boy.
If you choose one. None of the above? Money. What does money mean to you then?
It gives you choice.
It gives you trust.
Choice.
Oh, choices. Yes. Oh, options. I got option. Okay, good. All right. Fine. It gives you choices. Fine. That never depends on the paper, but that's a good one. All right. Another man. What does money mean to you?
Check. Stability.
Stability. Good. Nice. Sound good. One more man. There's one up here. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, man. It gives me definitely the stability, just like my Virgin Cross
Stability.
Stability.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. 2 already. Stability. And here's another one around here.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. You know, I had that on it and I took it off. Yes, I had it on and I said, peace of mind. But I took it off. But that not sound bad. The people, they might do polls, international polls.
Dr. D, I say power.
You say power?
Yeah.
Okay then. All right. So that's good. Thank you so much. So it means for 2 out of the 5, stability, then there's peace of mind, then there's choice, and there is power. We have a number of women who answered the poll. Actually about 18 females who answered the poll. Most of them alluded to financial freedom and stability. 5, security. Right, and of course it was all female and none of them. That was indicative. None of the females answered power. We only had 2 males on the poll who answered the poll. None of them answered power. That for me is significant. Right? So let me greet you again. Good evening for those of you here and those online. How you do? I hope you're having a nice day and so. And listen, remember that we said at any point in time you can go to the food bar and refresh yourself. It's absolutely free. I guess apart from the smoothie section where you can order your power smoothie or whatever it is that will make your night more magical when you leave here. But kebabs and refreshments as there, iced tea, etc., right? Our chefs are in the kitchen. So, yeah, so we're talking about money as an important thing. And it is ironic we're talking about it in a month like this. Them say this is, so them say, me not think that are going again. Yeah, me say to somebody, me just not think tamarind season are going again. You understand? But that's what we normally say. It now work again. Many things that it now work again. Tambourine, me never see tambourine as hell, but much less. Not even that nasal again. You see American apple and pear and peach. That's what we see on the market. So tambourine season now work again. But I thought, you know, as my team and I, as we, you know, thought about what should we discuss today, then we thought about that question came up. And the truth is, for most researchers, money is a problematic issue, very problematic issue, and it leads a lot of the time to divorce. Well, and it's not the money, it's the handling of it or the not handling of it. The Bible said the love of it is the root of all evil, because money is not a problem. Money is not a problem. I want more of it all the time. Yeah, yes, I want more of it all the time. But have you ever wondered why is it such an issue? Why is money such an issue? You know, in marriage, between partners, why is it such an issue? Why is there such a challenge to navigate, handle, manage when money really matters? Why is it such a challenge? Why is it so off limits as a conversation to have? Why is it that nobody wants to talk about money? Everybody wants to spend. It's like sex. Everybody wants to do it, but nobody wants to talk about it. Not true. Everybody do it. Well, most people are doing it. It's not everybody doing it. Correction. But yeah, persons want to do it, and married people doing it. Because if married people not do it, something wrong. You understand? So every married person want to do it, but when I ask them, do you talk about it? No. Like, what is there to talk about? Is do it supposed to do? Right? So money is like that though. It's a challenge to navigate and to handle. It's off limit as a discussion topic, right? We don't talk about it. And you have to understand that until you fix what is broken, the problem is not solved. Until you fix what is broken, the problem is not solved. So we should talk about money. Some of you, I loved how you spoke up this evening about how you're handling and managing your finances. That is good, right? And I hope that that is happening in real life. Yeah, because sometimes, you know, we talk about things in something like this, but we don't really talk about it, right? But you have to understand, as I say, if the thing is not fixed, if what is broken is not fixed, then the problem is not solved. And as long as there's a basic structural fault in, I call it a structural fault, in the financial foundation, then you're walking on thin ice. You're really walking on thin ice. Right? And so you're wasting both your time and your partner's time if that is not happening. Because the truth is, you know, if you're married and you're together, whether it is your money, my money, his money, her money, I tell my husband, we have the same initials. God is good. All the time and all the time. You don't sound like church, no? And all the time, God is good. So I like when you get a check especially. And I generally like to tell the person, just put C Dunbar. You don't need to go no further than that. C Dunbar is fine. And generally what we say is that what is mine, and what is thine is still mine. Should you try to forget? You understand? Right. So I don't mind. You understand? And I have all the handling of the money anyway. You know, if you were here, we would tell you. I said it without apology. You understand? My husband gives me that. You know, I was watching something on our local television one day. The gentleman responsible for the architectural structure of the Norman Manley Airport was being interviewed by Omar Azan, one of the Azans. And he was asked, what can he credit his success to? And he said, I met my wife and handle the money. That's a smart man, you know. Sinbad need for me to me smart. The man says, I allow my wife to handle money. That is why I'm so successful. I heard Travis say it the other day. That is Cassandra. Asset Cassandra is Asset Cassandra. See her right there, so? Asset Cassandra handle money. Smart men allow their women to handle the money to the extent that they can handle it. Not Pasha. Lady Pasha, look like she no for handle it. I mean, there's always an exception to the rule, not true? There's always exception to the rule, and Pasha is one of the exceptions. Right? But true, you understand? So I think, though, that why we have this challenge, and this is why I did the poll, is that money means different things to husbands and wives. Just like how we are all different, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. I don't know where those places are, but. So it says that we are different, that we are intentionally different. And I really believe that it means different things to men than to women. Now, generally, when I look at general consensus of general polls that I see happening, I see where power is linked very, very closely, more often than not, to the men. Money gives them power. There's a feeling that they have when they have money. And talk it truth, and a swag turn up. What? When a swag at something turn up. When you have money, you know what different, you know talk different, you know look different. Yes. So yeah, money gives some sense of power and authority. It's like, yeah, there's a book I read once about money, sex, and power, and what that does for a man. So most of the researches that I've seen, looking at the matter over the years as a therapist, I've seen where money is closely linked to power for a man. And I heard David say that earlier. I guess understanding too, from a counselor's perspective. A lot of you say stability. Yes, stability is good. And financial freedom and peace of mind. It does that too. For a woman, money generally means security. Talk truth, ladies. No, look here, I could have joined Sinbad for telling us, and I met no woman telling us that they're not married, they don't want money when they're married, or they're not married for money. Because a lie them a tell. That time the woman them would be telling lie. You understand? We all want to be secure in the relationship that we enter into. Whether we say it or not, we want to be financially secure. We want to know that we can be taken care of. It don't mean that we're lazy or we're not going to work. But we want to know that we'll be able to be taken care of. So it generally means two different things for both parties, right? And men are figures of authority. Hence, another reason I think why money is power for them. You understand? Why should I give my authority to you? I mean, you already have all of the talk. No. I've been a therapist for over 18, going 19 years, a family therapist. And I hear that. Why should I give my part to you? The woman talk enough already. You are already blessed with linguistic abilities. Why should I get the one something me have? Which is the money. And so a lot of the times in marriage, you find that conversation don't take place about the money. And if it is that the man has the money, it has to be a mature, taking place already, that the person would relinquish the authority on the money, right? For the wife, now as I said, it symbolizes security and happiness, because family, we are innately nurturers. Wives are nurturers. Women are nurturers. We are, I know there are also exceptions to that rule, you know. You might find one and two wives that are not necessarily maternal and more driven by career and such. But I think innately we are created as nurturers. So family is important to us, very, very important. The sustenance of our family, the well-being of our family. Our family is not so much how much money the man work, you know. It's just a fact that he is willing to tell me or what him going to give me for spend. So it's not about wanting to know your pin, right? Although that would be good. Why shouldn't I want to know your PIN? I would love to know your PIN. Right? You understand? But it's not so much about that. It's about understanding or knowing. Women thrive on awareness. We just like to know. We want to know if it's $50,000 they're going. Is that like that, McCall? If it's $50,000 they're going to give me at the end of the week to spend. I just want to know if you're going to give me $50,000. I am going to plot that. I'm going to plan it out to the last cent. You understand? I'm going through a couple part now. I'm going to start. Look, gentlemen, let me just go now heads up. Man never broke it. We cannot afford to be. Our family is important. The care of our family. I heard Sir Kipling up here talking about him now come home to the darkness, so they're going to starve because the other things that we take care. That's how he's an exception to the rule. Right? But yes, we are concerned about the well-being of our family. So we not, if you give money, trust me. We might not have none figure right now. When you ask us, you know, we not have none for that particular thing the way you ask for the money for to do. We can't give you the money direct. We have another purpose for the money that is not closely linked to that. But it no means so we don't have the money. Watch you lead them under their head. Me telling you a truth, man. We talk truth. We talk truth. We talk truth right here, so. Right? Yeah, because we have to think about how things are going to go. So it matters that kind of a way, right? And so because money provides the housing and the food and the health and the education and all of those things for the family, then we want to ensure that we know how it will go. That is where we manage the money. You know, when my husband and I just got married, we lived together for 13 years before marriage, and then when we got married, we still did 3 months of counseling, and in it, we learned about finances and learned that we're supposed to, you know, pool our money and all of those other things. And so my husband is a very obedient man, let me tell you the truth. Yeah, we're Simbanda say it's about my husband. And in very obedient, right? And so, yeah, so we pooled. We never did pool yet, because we never did have nothing for pool. But we have the joint account. We have a joint account, right? And trust, every time I put it in, me take it out. I'm talking about money here. Every time I put it in, me take it out. You people. Every time I put it in, me take it out. Every time, you know, I never feel. And him no say take out until I'm ready for go use it. Because I was immature. And me never did understand. Me just think money make me spend. And me must have some blood lineage to Macadai, man. Me no know, you understand? But every time he put it in, me I tell you, and so him couldn't take it no more though. Him just go open his own account. And left me stranded, you know. I mean, I have no account. Nothing for putting in no account. But I wasn't thinking about that. I just see the money. You understand? And if I want something, I'm just going to go buy it. Where else me forget it from? You understand? So yes, you need to tell them I go open your own account. But then after, you know, I evolved and, you know, after him same and send me to school. And so after I start earning my own money, I do the same thing. Let's go open my own account. Couple. You understand? Yes. But then I got wiser. You know, because God save fool, but he not keep fool. Right? So when you save, you're supposed to get wise. So I allowed him to know now where I went and opened my account and, you know, wanted to add him to the account. But being that he's the man, some of them, you know, said, no, man, it's all right, man. You know, I have to admit to it. Like, I'm not ask second time, though. But, yeah. You know what? Yes. So, but what we do, though, is that we both know what each other earn. We know what is spent and we know how it is spent. We decide on how much each person can spend. We believe in wife and husband allowance. We believe that, you know, you give me a card when you get paid. I never say me give my card, you know. You give me a card when you get paid, me give you back one allowance. Yeah, me give you back an allowance, so me give you what you can spend. He said me money, the money, you understand? So yeah, and we talk about money. You understand? Yeah, so we believe in that. We believe that a certain amount must not be spent unless you agree upon it. So we decide how much each person can spend without having to consult the other person. Yeah, we decide on those things. We talk about, we are not just having sex. We're talking about it. We're not just spending money, we're talking about it too. You understand? So we are talking about it. So that is something that, no, and it's important that we understand that. We have to understand that. You understand? So it gives a sense of security. But money matters. Ecclesiastes 10 is made for laughter. And wine makes you merry. But money answers all things. God knows that money important in the life of married people. And the single ones who are going to get married. It's important. You know true? Yeah, man. And so the management of the money is important. Money is responsible for the shaping of the relationship to some extent. Honestly, whether you believe it, yes or no, it's true. Because you might have thought it was love. You thought it was love that shaped your marriage, that's true. Because even when you come together and you're planning your marriage, you're spending money. So you've been spending money from even before, you know. So it constitutes with the shaping of what it is working out to be. So it's important, right? Because money and marriage go hand in hand. You understand? And so before you're even married, you spend money. I remember I was thinking today that Abraham, if you think you not spend money, Abraham, when he was going to send go get a wife for Isaac, you know how much money he send go down there? I want that for I mean them days here. That didn't happen when me married. You understand? A whole jewelry thing was sent down. The whole heap of something the man carried down there for go show the people and for say send back your daughter come marry to the man. So money have been spent before people get married. You understand? And so we have to understand how important it is so that we can have marital harmony. Because money is a the love of it and the wanting to keep it is a problem that we have a lot of the times in a relationship. And I don't think God wants that. None at all. God doesn't want that. You understand? We want to know how we can have the harmony. And so I believe that one of the ways in which we can learn how to do that is to understand the law of marriage. And one of the law of oneness. The law of oneness, where the two are married to become one. So the money is, even though I said what is mine and what is thine is still mine, it's our money. Because in marriage we don't talk about I, me, and my. We talk about we, us, and our. That's what we're supposed to talk about. Not I, me, and my. We, us, and our. The language changes when you get married. You understand? So the law of oneness can assist you in having marital harmony, where money doesn't become a thing that creates a divide and causes factions among you. So it's important that you understand the law of oneness. Women are created as receivers. Gentlemen, you did know that? We are created as receivers. You are givers. Look at your genitals. You see how the giving and receiving going? Yeah? So we are created as receivers. You understand? We know some things have happened and the fall of sin and so forth and so on. And you know, and all of that has led us into another era. But we are created to receive. I'm not saying we're supposed to stay home and be housewives, you know. I'm saying we are receivers. You're supposed to give us. That's why you're commanded to give us love. You see anywhere God tells us we must give you love? You read it anywhere in the Bible. When you find it, tell me so I can revise my book. Because we are receivers. So we are created to receive. And so if you understand that in the law of oneness, it is why we are always looking to you and wanting to get stuff from you, including money, including love, and every other things. You understand? Look at our emotions. Yet, so that if you look at everything, you'll understand men give love, women receive love. Right? In marriage, you come together as one to be one. And you continue to become. That's what it is, you know. It's a becoming. When you hear the two shall become one, you know, just become one and stop. You're consistently becoming one. That's what it is. A madman did say to me one time that if me sure that me and my husband are not brothers and sisters. And I said, no, and him said, we can't live together a long time. Because we are constantly becoming one. I don't know who is going to become who, you know. But I know that it is about becoming one in all senses, and your finances cannot be left out of that equation. You view money differently, but you must manage it with oneness. So nothing is wrong if your view on money is different. Nothing is wrong if your idea about how it is supposed to be handled is different. Because we're not talking about financial compatibility like that, and I'm going to talk about that too. But even though your view is different, you must handle it in oneness. It means that there must be transparency and openness and honesty about the whole money matter. It's important, right? We manage it better because we, like I say, we have the care in mind, but we can manage it together. And so how you have marital harmony is to have conversations. Talk about the money. Men, sometimes I think, are better at handling investments, and savings, that aspect of the money. But when it comes to managing the household finances, the women are really, really, most of the time, much, much better. Not as a general thing, but most of the time we are much better at handling that way. But when I talk about financial compatibility, I'm not talking about you having the same standing where money is concerned. I'm just talking about your attitudes and habits towards the money. Right? And so you need to have that, right? Because like everything else in marriage, it starts with one thing, a conversation. Money communication is key to having harmony in the relationship. Soon I just say, me can get $20,000. Vexation, From tonight, we not bother talk again. You understand? We not bother talk again for whatever the reasons are, I don't understand. Once money comes into the play, how much did it get after that particular job there? Vexation. We don't. Why? Why is it that a question just about money causes this kind of animosity and people take offense? Why? It's what causes it. Some single people up here to talk. We no better learn. That's why I'm not there. You understand? Yeah. No, we can't just spend money and save money and invest money. You have to talk about money. We must can talk about it. I was so faced when I asked my husband, back in the day, they $200 per money and $500. I said, I can't get $500, where I go buy? Jesus, me not bother want money, Why you have to ask me to buy? I mean, is that reason why me there, don't you? Is that reason why you married me, not you? Me look like me never have no sense. $500? What me I go buy with it? Yeah, so when you ask that question, us women don't bother want the money. Not true ladies. We don't bother want the money again because I say, you not trust me? Yeah, if I ask, but the truth is, ladies, let me help you to understand this. It is not the reason why they're asking. They're not asking necessarily. It's because of how they think. I think I heard Kenisha say it up here. It's how they are logically thinking. It's like the gentleman who takes so long to answer the question. It's how, Mary, I remember saying men have one-trap mind. Tunnel vision. So, right? So that's why when you ask them, it take a while to reset and come again with that response, right? While women are ready, quick and ready, because with spatial range stays so. We can see everything, right? I don't have to turn my head from side to see you. I turn it because of the camera. Because I can sit here and see everybody in front of me on the lawn. If a man was sitting up here, I'm not going so. You ever see them looking at the fridge yet? Right? So, I believe, though, that when a man asks the question, what are you going to do with the money? It is not because he's trying to control your spending or, he just wants to know if what you're going to do if it makes sense, right? Line up with what him think makes sense. Like Anthony was up here, him is the one who always has a need. Yeah, so, and so Kenisha, to ask him the question, do you really need it or you want it? Right? So I guess the men just want to find out if it is that, what we're planning to do with the money, because them always have planned for their money, They want to see it all the time. Then I mind it dead here, so whether them keep it in the bank account or whatever. I have a man who tell me, say, I just want to see it. So even though he knows they have agreed on how much money they are going to spend for a particular thing, he might give it to her incrementally. They might agree already, how much they're going to spend on a particular thing. I think it's a marriage. They agree already how much they're going to spend. And so she's putting her 50% up, But just a theme 50%, it'll give out in a 5% increments. Because and I asked him the question because she was very infuriated and she wanted to know why can't just get theme 50 so she can't just go take care of everything. Him said the truth is, I really like to see the money. So I can't take out the whole light one time and give her like that. Yeah, because it gives me stability to know that it is there. One of the gentlemen said that. You understand? It gives me stability. And exactly because of how you grew up, your socialization coming up, what money meant to you then, how it affected you back then, is really and truly how you treat with it now. So sometimes they want to, it's not that they don't want to give it to us, I think. I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm fasting. I don't think it's that you don't want to give it to us, but you want to know if it makes logical sense, what we're going to do with it. But trust me, it makes sense. We are good women. We know how to spend, we know how to save, we know how to invest your money. And we know to stretch it. We can do it. So have conversation about money. Even before you get married. For those single people who are here and online, even before you get married, once you start court, talk about it. Put it on the table. This is what my money look like. What yours look like. This is what my money looks like. So have the conversation and start with that. This is what my money looks like, right? Because if you and your partner don't know what each other's money situations are, then you're going to have a hard time mapping out the plan for your life together. So put it on the table. This is what my money look like. Whenever I'm doing premarital counseling, money I have to talk about. All of the secret about money, I have to know that all of the investment there. Yeah, because we love surprises, but we like anniversaries and birthdays and Christmases and Valentine and them something there. Those are the surprises we want. We don't want is wait. We don't wait until you're dead. We know which part we did have something catch around somewhere. Let us know now, because trust me, as soon as we know now, we are planning. We are planning about. We not plan feet, man. We are planning how to stretch it, how to invest it, how to grow it, how to multiply it. When women touch money, it multiplies. Yes, we are helping you to secure it. You understand? So once you tell us about it, so tell us about it. Have the conversations about the money and say, this is what my money look like. What does your money look like? So both are we supposed to share now? Going into a relationship to share what the money look like. What the money that both of us are coming with are the none that we're coming with. Well, you must have come with something else for modern time now. You can't have come with nothing. You must be an asset. You come with something. It not have to be enough. It could be in your skill. Yeah, it is somewhere. So it might not be, fluid and in the bank and liquid or whatever you call it, right? I might tie up somewhere around here, so. You understand? Or I might be waiting on my parents to pass off so that it becomes mine. Whatever the case is, talk about it. Yeah, talk about it, man. A conversation about money is key to the harmony in a relationship, right? Don't just spend it and save it and invest it. Talk about it. It's important. That's how you have marital harmony. Secondly, what are the money goals? What a plan for do? What we plan for reach and realize? Just since week here, my husband are now talking about, and I are now talking about retirement. Because about that time, no, see it? Right, it's about that time. So retirement. So we are now talking, just this week we're talking about, all right, what the next 5 years look like. Because we are saying, no, God will give us a couple more years, some more years and stuff like that. I mean, we're ready to go whenever I'm ready, to live is Christ and to die is gain. But we are just talking this week about what we need to do in this year so that we can sort out. So what are the money goals, right? This is not just how it looks now, but what you share and plan to do together later on down. What the money goal look like? Talk about it. You have the plan. Me tell the single ladies in my ministry, I say, no married nobody who is gonna. I'm gonna. You understand? And men, you need to look at that too, because it's important. You understand? You need to do it, right? And have the proper plan laid out with timelines. So what are the goals? What them look like? Because the reality is, even if you don't pool or combine your money together, like you are advised to do as a counselor, that's what I advise you to do. The truth is your partner is going to affect your money at some point in time because they are there. You understand? So talk about the money and talk about the goals. Put it on the table and talk about it, right? And how are we now going to combine the finances? The conversation. If you are making your life, planning your life together, then you have to know that you're going to be affected. So talk about the future plans and what it's going to be like. You can't not talk about money. God wants us to talk about everything that affects our lives. And so we have to talk about it. So that's why we had the conversation about, you know, the dating. Because you have to date. You know, it's good and nice that we can provide this nice date evening for you. And so I'm looking forward to seeing you at the end of February again. Well, we're seeing you at Love Gifts first, right? So we have this, but we have to talk about your own dates. I wrote and put into the bowl about my husband and I. We do hotel hopping every year for the past probably about 20 years or so, since we could afford it. And we have been doing that. But 1 year we moved, and when we changed residence, and we couldn't afford to go away. And that year, me dress up my helper, you know, like puss foot, put a napkin over her hand, and train her the whole day off to serve the food. And yes, and we had a lovely meal, and look here, I may have made my husband step in the evening, petals are lead him to the bedroom. And may I tell you, white glove service, never remember that part, she never get that. But, you know, and teach her if it showed, pour the wine and all of these things, yeah, man, and everything. And my husband holds that to this date as one of our most memorable dates. He said it superseded all of the hotels that we have been to. That one was it was the most inexpensive and romantic date that we have had. So we have to plan for these things. So we have to talk about it. You have to plan for the date. You understand? So you have to talk about it. No matter when me say, babes, we can go for dinner, your face begs, me not have no money for go. Or we can go at a date and your face begs. You hear people drive to Irish Town and people go to Devon House and sit down and lick one ice cream, and all of that makes it nice. Or you sit at home and have your ice cream and your movie. Whatever it is, it's still money. Because at the end of the day, you're on the TV, watch a movie, light bill have to pay. So whatever it is, you have to talk about it. It's important to have that conversation. It's important to be transparent and let your spouse know what is happening, how you're feeling, how you're managing the money. Because if you don't do that, then you are going to have, your intimacy is going to be eroded. And you can't afford for that to happen. Because once that happens, then your marriage starts disintegrate. And you can't afford for that to happen either, because nothing ever just happens, you know. You are responsible to make your marriage work. If your love is waning, if your intimacy waning, are your responsibility, nobody else. And so if it is that money is creating a fraction between you, then you need to talk about it. You have to discuss it. You have to ensure that you see eye to eye. I'm not talking about that you have the same ideas about it, because God is too creative to duplicate himself in anybody. So you're going to be different in your perspective and your views and your opinions, and based on your socialization and how you grew and where you grew. All of that impacts on who you are today and your view of spending or saving or investing or having money. But it is important that you talk about it, so that you can have harmony in your relationship. Remembering that your marriage honors God. That's what it does. It honors God. Hebrews 13:4, marriage honors God, not you. You benefit from the marriage. You get spouse. It's like friends with benefit. You get spouse. You get somebody to warm the other side of your bed. You get little sex when you want it, if you get it, or often you get it. You know, you get somebody that probably will make your breakfast and help you and be there and be a supporting partner to you, and then become the mother of your children and the father of your children and all of that, right? But it honors God. And because it honors God is where I want to do the things that will help your marriage to grow and evolve. It's nice to talk about other things that are easy to talk about, but you see, the hard and difficult conversations must be had. It's no sense sweeping them under the carpet, because the carpet will get too high. And if you're getting aged like myself and Mr. Dunbar, very soon you're not going to step on the carpet. So it's easier to talk about the stuff that is important, that will cause your marriage to work. There's no shame or blame in where you are at in your life with the finances. It can only get better if you do it together, because we are always better together. And that is why you came together as a team. And it is teamwork that makes the dream work. And I was so happy to see, you know, so many couples coming out this evening just to, you know, have a nice good date evening and just to be here and sharing it with your spouse. I want you to go back and I want you to have the conversations if you have not yet started to have the conversations. Talk about the things that are difficult to talk about. Talk about the money. Lay it on the table so that your spouse can know what is it that they have to work with. Whether it's the man who is the better one at handling the finances. As I said, when I matured, my husband handed over the reins to me because I matured and I became better. So all that can happen too, right? I no longer was pulling out what he was putting in. He saw where I was now taking care of it and I was, you know, procuring it, as a matter of fact. And so it has now been handed over to me. And I'm doing my best to ensure that I make him proud with what he has earned. And that is what we want to do. We want to give the kind of love and support to our spouses to know that we are supporting them in whatever they do to ensure that we have harmony in our marriage so that our love can last longer, so that we set an example for the next generation, for the children to see and want to emulate, and that God is glorified because it is of our marriage and the life that we are striving to build together. We are always better together. So have the conversation and talk about the money. All right? God bless you. And I'm going to hand over back to my daughter, Lady Dunbar.
Yes, that was indeed a sweet treat. M&M, marriage maintenance. Hey, a whole heap of maintenance that a while ago, you know. A whole heap of maintenance. I got a lot of things plus tax. I don't know if anybody was making any mental note, but I like to type or write. Right? So, to assist you in having marital harmony, what was the first law? Anybody remember? Anybody remember? What was the first law? The law of oneness, right? So it is not I, me, or my, it is our. But you know, Bishop, I think that is why Mrs. Welsh got it wrong. Because when you say, you know, him give the wallet and the card and you draw out the money and you give him back the allowance. We think that's why she did get confused now. But what did you say? What is mine, and what is? And what is thine is mine? Why? But yes, couples allowance. I like that one, you know. Dunbar Jr. agreed to the one there. Because I wouldn't mind a monthly stipend for being just a lovely wife. Blink, blink, blink. Yes. Women are receivers, right? So make sure I say it. Add a little top up to your wife, you know. A little chocolate. Who said husband? Oh, Mrs. Welsh, same one, right? When you go to the supermarket, even though she said bread and juice, come back with the chocolate what she like. Women are receivers, and we appreciate it, you know. We take mental note of it, even though we won't say nothing, you know. Because we don't want to say nothing. But we make a mental note of it, and you know, say later shall be greater because you put in the extra. Woo! Yes. So, next one was have conversations about money. Without the money talk, you don't have no money compass. And that me get. If you don't do the money talk, you don't have no money compass. Where are you going with your money goes? If you don't talk about it, you won't know, right? So it is a key to harmony in relationships to have the money talk, right? What are your money goals? That was the next one. You have to, everybody set New Year resolution, and we all know what we want to do with career and promotion and everything, but have you put in place any marital resolution? I think we had a live about that. What are your marital resolutions for 2023? Online audience, what have you put in place for the goals at the end of 2023 to evaluate how your marital life was throughout the course of 2023? Them say one ship without no direction goes into an iceberg like Titanic and sink. Right? So we have to have our goals to know where we want to go. Right? Women are multipliers. And I don't know, for me as a millennial, I have a TikTok reference for everything. And they say, you know, whatever it is that you give a woman, she incubates and she multiplies it tenfold to you. So women are multipliers. So if you give her a house, she make a home. If you give her the money, she make more money. And I saw, or she make it stretch. Still multiplication, right? Right, so women are multipliers, and remember men and women as well. The answer, But the answer is love, but remember to answer with love as well, right? So in all things, we can soften up we answer a little bit, right? So instead of let me give you one example. Where you want it for? Where you going to do with it? So want to your money. You know work too? What you do with your money? I mean, we can soften up our answer, right? Because sometimes, it may come straight like that. But, if we think about it for a minute, if you ask yourself the question the same way, wouldn't it come off a bit strange or harsh? So, as them said, do unto others as you would like to be done unto yourself. So, sometimes take a moment, and instead of giving the way you want it for, you could have said, babes, I think this may be a better option. Like, Sir Welsh and some of our other lovely couples from the hot seat as well. Just find a different way of getting the same result. We can, don't think you can do it, It just takes a little more effort, right? And I know the gymites, when you come and you learn, you apply so you can make the effort, right? So that was our M&M or sweet treat, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like a top up the dessert, and everyone got their little hors d'oeuvres and refreshments throughout the course of the evening. But I want to remind you as well, remember, love gives. Tickets are available right at the end or entry table right there. Tickets are $10,000 per couple. We're asking you to invest per person, we're asking you to invest in this venture towards building the home for the family that we identified, as well as giving them a start. Because, them say when you go to, give to persons, you bring potato and pudding, but you also want to teach a man how to fish. And that was the idea behind why we wanted to also do that venture for them, giving them a self-start as well so that they can sustain themselves, right? So we appeal to everyone here and, your friends who you want to come out to the gym every month, partner with us as we continue to make things like this available to couples, right, and other individuals. This is just one of the ventures that we do. We have other online programs such as the Love Online, where we give and impart free knowledge to make just marriage and families better and individuals better as well. So that is what we do at CDMI, and that's apart from the ventures that we do for sponsorship and charity, right? So this is just an appeal. If you can, we have donation. We have some small donation buckets here. You can give. You can give towards the cause, right? We also have smoothies on sale, right? Power Punch, later shall be greater. And I'm sure a lot of you, are excited after such a wonderful date night. I know some things are going to go on. Some think you are going to catch it. How you go? You think me are going to catch you? I going to do all of the things where you like, so you can stay there. Don't. Okay. So a long time I see, that's why I forget. But you have to have them sung there, because those are godly anointed songs. You have to draw for them, yeah. We can't shift in Amazing Grace, That is not second gear. Amazing Grace, come on. Amazing it is not amazing in that department. Stop it. Ciao. Yes, so you can get your you can get your power punch before you leave, right? Because later shall be greater. Right, and for all of the people, the single ladies here who have the midnight oil to burn in preparation for Monday tomorrow, Power Punch works for you as well, right? Give you some energy. If you need to study for tomorrow, you have a test tomorrow, the Power Punch work for you as well. Nothing some forget to let's see beyond the lights, I see you all, right? Right, so I just want to also remind you that at the table we have Sexscription, the prescription for sex. And that is exactly what it is. Same way Homer said. Okay, hold on. I have the books here. So Sexscription, the prescription for sex. And we have the couples devotional. So they tell me that I must say this. So in Sexscription, the prescription for sex, you can learn. I have to go back in my personal selling era now, The Sexscription, the prescription for sex, in this one, this equips you, right, couples, with all that you need to enhance your arsenal. the escaviche nookie, the banana slide, the sip and slide, all of the extra positions that you may need to enhance your lovely rated married couples only life. I have to be careful of what I say on the platforms. Okay. For the persons who are single, you cannot go and drive the car without getting your license first. And I don't mean to test drive. We don't test drive in the kingdom. You have to learn about what it is that you need to do, right? So that when you go into there, God will re-download the information that was read so that you can execute flawlessly and finish him. Somebody didn't even take the mic from me. But, sorry. And then for the couples, you have to do, your daily devotionals. You have to put God at the center of all things. Please to start off your day with a little bit of God. When you sprinkle him into the day, it makes the day even sweeter, right? Because God is love. And, we all need a little bit more love in our day, right? This is a great way to start off the day. This is like M&M, dessert in the morning. Right. So start off with a bit of enhancement to your couple's life with the daily devotional. All right. So I think I got everything. And remember, donations if you can, so that we can continue this. But not pressure on you, I think we are pressure on you. But it's here. It will continue all the same. But if you can, we would appreciate your contribution towards making this available to you and even more couples. Because remember, say if you bring a friend, and your friend, and your auntie, uncle, sister, and your brother, and everybody, because we have more seats. Nothing said this are all of the seats them we have right here, so because of it alone, you see, we have only a chair around there, so we just bring out this because of the amount there. Okay. We have facilities for everyone. Just in case anybody wanted to know, we're just letting you know, right? So ensure that you invite out the family and your sisters and your girlfriends who have, husbands, spouses, your brethren them who probably want another date night recommendation. Bring them out. Oh, and before I forget, I got a lovely note from our admin people who said there was actually an entry into our love bowl. And this is very interesting. Someone had said the most inexpensive date that was the most romantic for them is the gym. Somebody give a round of applause for that. So I'm going to read it once more because it may have missed persons, because I know I'm giving a lot of information, The most inexpensive date that was the most romantic for them was the gym with Carla Dunbar. Yeah, that was at the end. I forgot to, yeah. Right. So that was very interesting. We appreciate your feedback. And we thank you that this could have been, that top up your end of week treat or your end of month treat. And that you decided to spend the time with us, to fellowship with us, to, take your date night to the grounds of Temple Palm Gardens. Right? So I'm going to invite our lovely Gymite to do the closing prayer, Mr. Allen, or the Allens, I should say. Mr. and Mrs. Allen. All right.
Good night, everyone. I must say thank you for sharing this evening with us, this night, for choosing to spend your date with us. Thank you for coming. Thank you for our online viewers who joined us. Thank you very much. And my other half will be doing the closing prayer.
Good night, everyone. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, I want to give you thanks for tonight. I want to give you thanks for the Dunbars who make it possible for us to be here. I want to give you thanks for our friends and families, even our kids. Father God, thank you for blessing us to be here. Just want to take us home safe, right back in our homes with our families. Precious name I pray, amen.
Amen. Short, sweet, and spicy. Thank you all for joining us for the Grow Your Marriage Ministry. Refreshments are available. Please remember, if you have any